Jonathan Mark. L. Ron Hubbard said, "Man is a spiritual being. When you were a Scientologist, what did that mean to you? Do you still believe it? Is it a testable proposition?" Hubbard refers to man as a spiritual being in the sense that there is this quantity, this untouchable, unreachable quantity called life. And Hubbard used the Greek letter theta to refer to this quantity or quality. And he put it in those terms because it was something that was beyond matter, energy, space, and time. It was something that had no wavelength, no mass, no existence in the physical universe, and yet did exist. And it's an interesting concept, and one that I've, not fully held on to, but still think with a bit. When I think of things in a spiritual sense, that's how I tend to think of them. I don't think of them in terms of ectoplasm and Ghostbusters and spirits moving through astral planes and whatnot. I don't really think of spiritual things that way, and that's pretty clearly because of my Scientology upbringing. So I tend to think of it in terms of a something that is nothing. In other words, it exists, but it doesn't exist in the same terms as, say, a hammer and nails exist. So that's what Hubbard meant by spiritual being. It is completely and totally untestable by its very nature. It is 100% a matter of faith and belief, because how do you measure something that doesn't really exist? And in fact, Hubbard sort of wrote himself into a corner with this because he then associates thetans, spiritual beings, individual units of theta that have consciousness and awareness and perception, and he sort of associates them with bodies and the fact that they were somehow tricked and fooled into thinking that they were bodies and that they were mess, that they were matter, energy, space, and time, right? In other words, that they confuse their nothingness with somethingness, and that's how you trap them. And that's all very interesting, but he takes the concept way too far when he gets into body thetans and the fact that these thetans can somehow make matter, energy, space, time, or somehow be part of matter, energy, space, time. That's confusing. It's logically inconsistent, and it sort of throws his whole worldview into doubt as far as I'm concerned because of its illogicness. So no, it really can't be tested.